How's it going, guys? I'm Elliot Hardy, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I was looking at my old work a little while ago, trying to pick something to do a redrawing of, because I've seen a couple of these challenges recently, and I settled on Vixen, a character I made October last year as part of, I believe, like a late part of my uni course, and I thought it'd be quite fun to kind of take the elements from that back and see what I'd come up with now. Now, originally it was kind of meant to be concept art, but I decided to turn this more into an illustration to demonstrate kind of more of the character. I want it to be a very character-driven piece, get a bit of a backstory, potentially. So what you see me doing here is I did a pre-base little sketch before I started streaming, just of kind of where I want the shapes to be, what I want to do. And then I lightened that layer, and then I've started to do a more refined, thin line sketch on top of that. I still wanted to try and keep as much of the Vixen character from the last drawing as possible, so I wanted to keep the coloured hair, the biker outfit, I wanted to keep the shoulder brace, the headband, and just add a couple of different things. I needed to tweak the bandana a bit because on the last picture that didn't really fit so well. The hair makes no sense, especially with the goggles on top of that, so that's why I've also moved the goggles to kind of sit in below a neck rather than on top of a head. And I've also removed the pair of glasses that she was wearing because I felt like, why would you have a pair of goggles like that if you were just going to wear some shades on top? So I just scratched them and just did the goggles by themselves. I also wanted to increase the skull and the shape of the shoulder pad. Put a lot more detail into the hair this time around. I feel like that was something I used to lack a lot. I didn't put much effort into the hair because I thought it was all one colour, it doesn't need defining, it doesn't need anything like that, and now obviously I realise that it's the exact opposite. It probably needs some of the most work put into it. But right now I'm working on the shoulder guard, and I wanted to kind of increase the rusticness of it, so I've updated the skull. I kind of put a bit more work into the skull rather than just a, let's face it, a boring, generic, bland skull. Put a bit of vibrancy, a bit of different in there. And I also thought I could take the chains that her weapon was on and kind of wrap them around that as well, so for a little bit of homemade rusticness. To kind of fit in with the dice earrings, the little tooth necklace. Kind of makes all the character fit as one better, I believe, anyway. That's what I was going for. So now what I've done is I've turned the light layer into kind of a darkish red, and I've started to put the underlying underpaint down. I always start with kind of a skin-based colour for everything, and then layer by layer I start to add the colours of different sections. So I'll start with the hair, I'll then do clothes, and then anything that stands out individually. So I did the biker jacket as one layer and the shoulder guard as a second layer, just to kind of keep them different, so when I come to work on them individually, it cuts the process in half of having to mess with different layers. With the colours, I kind of tried to keep to the original drawing as much as possible, like with the almost green-yellow shield guard. The hair, I have changed the hair from like a pinkish more to a purplish tone. I felt that sat a bit better with the rest of the character. Just changed that up a bit because I really didn't like the hair. That was the one thing that I hated the most about the drawing I did last year. Was there's 3 strands, 2 colours, and that's pretty much it, and that wasn't good enough. Not this time around anyway, but that fortunately is something that I've hopefully improved on over the last year. So now what I'm trying to do is put in under all the underlying shadows, the dark tones, the light tones, just sort of giving the character a bit of a 3D element. And then what I'm going to be doing, I've made a new layer and I'm doing another line layer, but this is where we kind of integrate the colour, a little bit of the artistic style, and really start defining all the features of Vixen, which is what I've decided to call the character. So the process is pretty much rinse and repeat with every single part of the drawing. I've just done the face, shadows, highlights, line work, and now I'm moving on to the hair for the exact same reason. Start with the dark tones, change the line colour for something that fits the hair a little bit more, because obviously skin colour won't work on the hair, but like a almost black kind of purple definitely, I feel, fits better. I was having a bit of trouble with the white strand in her hair though. I was a bit unsure on kind of how white I wanted that to be, whether the line work around it needed to be lighter or darker, and I believe I settled on kind of like a nice little neutral greyish tone that gave it a bit of definition, but also could stand out that it is part of the white strip in her hair, and it's not like a mishmash of colours. So coming near the end of it, just working on the chains, I'm just kind of refining everything that I've done previously. So I'm adding more colour, more dark spots, more tones, shadows, and just really defining all the features and all the line work as well, making it blend in and making it all look unanimous. I think this is probably one of my favourite stages, is just doing the final lines, the touches up, and just putting everything kind of where it needs to be. I was a bit unsure on what to do for the background, so I just thought like a very nice, simple, almost brown grey transition to white with a bit of a splash work behind it would be a nice way to just kind of focus on the character without having too much of the background draw attention. But something that I also learned is quite nice is if you put a little white outline around the work, it can kind of make it just separate that little bit more from the background, making it look like a character who stood in real space rather than it's just a flat 2D image. So this is the final result, and I am, honest to God, I am absolutely thrilled with it. It's amazing how much progress I've made in a year. I never thought, looking back, that I'd made this much improvement, but it just goes to show that you're definitely making progress. So I encourage you all to do this yourself. Redraw something from 1 year, 5 years, 10 years ago, and then just see what the results and see where your art's taken you. Thank you for watching though, guys. It's been awesome doing this little video. I have some more stuff coming soon that I'm really excited about. But if you've got any ideas for topics or videos that you want me to make, please just leave them in the comments below, and make sure to check my Twitch out for all the live drawings. Links in the description. Take care, guys. Bye-bye for now.